Hey, what's up guys? It's Jenna here from Twin Cities Collective. What a week, guys. You guys voted though this week that when I voted, what do you guys want to see from me? The options were the following, and you guys chose Google Analytics as the number one. So today we're gonna be talking about Google Analytics. Right now, during this situation, one of the things you guys can do is start to work on your website. I've been designing websites for a while and Squarespace for a lot of people, so if you guys need help, let me know. But one of the things I recommend doing is, people are online, people are looking for things to entertain them. So if you guys have a website, it's something you can start sending people to. So what I want you guys to do is, if you have a website, please watch this video. If you don't have a website, this video kind of doesn't really work for you because what you have to have in order to use Google Analytics is to have a website. So the first thing I would do is get a website. I personally recommend Squarespace, but there's some great options. WordPress is like the number one in the world. I personally don't use it just because it's kind of complicated and I try to keep things simple for myself, but most people I know are on WordPress. It's a great site. Always remember, WordPress.org is much better than WordPress.com. They kind of scam you a little bit, so make sure to get a self-hosted WordPress site. You can pay to host it. Otherwise, I love Squarespace. It's my favorite platform and I've been using it for years. Some other ones are Shopify. I know Wix is one as well as Showit. There's a bunch of different website options. And I will say that each of those have their own individual analytics as well. But personally, and most people online use Google Analytics to track. All you have to do to set it up is you have to have a Google account. You have to set up an analytics account within your Google profile. And then what you do is you copy a piece of code into your website, and they have instructions on how to do that on every single platform. So that's all you have to do. It's free. But one thing I will say, it does take about 24 hours to actually start working and showing you. So if you install it and it doesn't look like it's working, wait 24 hours and hopefully there'll be some stuff coming up. So today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you guys my analytics. So you will actually see my social media and my website analytics for Twin Cities Collective. I'm not, shy about that. I don't care. At this point, I'm like, I don't really care if you guys see the internal side of me. This is just realistic of what I do on a monthly basis with traffic. But what I'll show you guys in this video is I'll show you guys how analytics works, what you should be looking for, what some of the things mean, as well as some other tools like Google Search Console and Answer the Public, which are the other two I use a lot for helping to come up with ideas for traffic for my site, as well as just ideas in general for content. So I'm going to be switching over to my computer and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so this is kind of what you'll see when you get to Google Analytics. You'll see, obviously, things have been down lately because of everything that's happening. It shows over here like Facebook has been a good one for me. If you scroll down, you'll see just like where people are from, what devices they're on, and then the pages that people visit most. So let's just start over here. So I like real time to see if someone's on the website. So right now there's no one, but if there is, it'll actually show you, where. So I'm actually going to go to my website right now just to kind of show you what that looks like. So once I'm there, hopefully this will pop up. Because it is like in real time for the most part. It might be delayed by a little bit. But basically I'll let that kind of happen. But yeah, you can see like where people are from. Let's see if this pops up. I will move on if not. But basically, so one thing you want to look at is the audience. So this is like overview, audience. So this is kind of over time, how many users, and you can do it by the day, by the week, by the month. So if I wanted to do like the month, you can actually see, you could show over the last year, and you can do the last 3 months. So you can see how many people have been on. You can see how many are new versus how many are returning. You can see a lot of different things, demographics. Let's see. Oh, I haven't even set that up. I don't use this a lot. I mostly just look at overview for this one, just to see how many people are coming every month. You can see how many pages per session they do, their bounce rate, average session duration, etc. You can see like what browser they use. So this is really important for you to know so that you're knowing, how many people are actually on your website. Um, Now, if you go down to acquisition, this is one of my favorite sections. It tells you where they're coming from. So as you can see, most of my search results are organic. So means Google. So specifically Google, I would say. People are looking through search. It could be Bing or whatever as well. Social usually obviously means like Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Direct is usually just like a link from somewhere. And then referral, I can't ever tell the difference between direct and referral. I don't know. They're kind of the same as an email. So yeah, so that's something interesting to look into. So I love source medium. Like this is one of my favorite things I look at to see like between all of them. So like Google's number one, Pinterest is like the third. It's actually my most clicked on social. Facebook. This is mobile Facebook, Instagram, Bing, Facebook, Yahoo, Instagram. So you'll see like there's a couple different versions. But it's interesting that like Pinterest gets me more traffic than anything. So LinkedIn, this is Active Campaign, which I don't use anymore, but that's from a few months ago. Yeah, so these are just interesting to kind of see places I've been. If you have Google Ads, here's where you'd find that. Search Console. So there's actually another Search Console website, which I can show you guys. But this is kind of the landing pages that come from Google. Like this is my most viewed page. It's crazy. This is just impressions, not clicks. So you'll see clicks versus impressions. So you can actually see like which posts are doing the best. I really like that. I haven't looked at this one in a while, so I need to figure that one out. Behavior is the next category. You guys can just kind of go through these. I love behavior because it actually tells me, which pages get the most views. This is kind of in the last couple of months. You can also see the behavior flow. So this is kind of how people are going, so how they're starting. So you can actually like track. So if they landed here from Google, then you can see like people went usually to this and then they went to a different page. Then they went to, maybe they started on the home page and then they went to the about or the events or the home or the blog. Like seeing the route that people take is very interesting. You could also check out like site speed, which obviously I've learned over time you want to be faster, and the best way to do that is to make things smaller on your website. So if you can have smaller pages, that's the best. Conversions, that's if you set up like goals, which I've never really done. But that's if you like want a sale or something. There's all these different things you can do. I haven't set this up because it's something, again, I mean, I'm a basic user of analytics. I just kind of check for the things for the most part. I just mostly go to the overview for everything, and that's kind of what I'm doing. So that's kind of a run through of Google Analytics. Obviously, anyone can check this out. This is great for anyone who wants to know how much traffic they're getting. Google Search Console is another site, which I'll go to right now. So it'll tell you like, if there's pages with errors. So like I figured out, okay, there's no errors, how many pages are valid, speed, there's certain things you can look up different. You could also help them with sitemaps, which helps Google. You can actually figure out like, I have submitted my sitemap, which is great. It's great through Squarespace, but there's a lot of information on here as well. Okay, so I also want to show you this website called answerthepublic.com, which you guys can just type in whatever you want. So if you go to the main page, this was being slow, so I just went straight to here. I typed in the words Instagram Minneapolis a couple of months ago just to see what would happen. And if you scroll all the way down, you can see actually which things people search the most. And this actually helped me get like one of my most popular blog posts, Instagram worthy food in Minneapolis. I actually did that for coffee shops and restaurants, and it actually is one of my best. So you can actually do things like this, coffee shops. There you go. So this is really helpful to know. So if you type in whatever you are doing, it helps you know what kind of words people are searching for so that you know what to actually do on Google.